to BNC Live. I'm Tashanea Whitlow. We start in the nation's capital. President Biden, well, he's planning a trip to Michigan today to rally support for his domestic agenda, and also a pair of multi-trillion-dollar bills that represent the heart of his legislative agenda. Biden's social and environmental policy overhauls stuck in limbo right now, and the vote on the bipartisan infrastructure deal has been pushed back to the end of the month as progressive Democrats stand in firm stance for their demands for a larger spending bill. Democrats say they will try to pass both that bipartisan infrastructure bill and spending plan by the end of October 31st to be in fact. Joining me now to discuss that is Stefano Da Fre, co-director of The Day I Had to Grow Up, a documentary about youth activism. Stefano, you are no stranger to BNC, sir. It is always a pleasure to see you. So let's jump right in. All right. We'll start now. The division, excuse me, I'm trying to get it all out so fast. The division we're seeing between Republicans and Democrats. But now it's about negotiations within the Democrats' own party that's slowing things down. How did we get here?
Well, I think we got here because we had a bipartisan bill that was 1.3 trillion, and the Democrats felt comfortable with that all around, and so did the Republicans because it was a bipartisan. But House Democrats did not want to pass that initial bipartisan bill unless they were going to get something that was a bigger spending bill, a sort of a human infrastructure plan, if you will. So both of them are stalled in the House, and there has to be some negotiation. And Biden's doing the right thing by going to Michigan today and really speaking about his plan to build back better.
Got it. Okay, so Stefano, progressive, they have basically rejected the demands from Senator Joe Manchin to shrink the president's policy agenda by nearly $2 trillion. Is there any middle ground here? I mean, they have to get something done before midterms.
Right. So this is exactly right. So we know in the 2022 House elections, it's going to be very, very tense. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we could get done. The 1.3 trillion infrastructure plan is done. The House will end up passing it. For the bigger bill, the 3.5 trillion, we should work on things that focus on our kids. We should focus on aspects of pre-K, expansion of Medicare and Medicaid. Let's talk just a little bit about education. You know, countries in France, Germany, Canada have pre-K already paid for these kids. Part of the new bill, the 3.5, would allow children to get education on the right path. That's important for people, brown communities, black communities, white communities, people that are underserved in rural communities. These are things that they should try to pass individually rather than lumping them into one big bill at the end.
Yeah, and it seems that some Republicans are calling the child tax credit, which families are benefiting from, socialism. And if they don't get this agenda passed, those payments end at the end of the year.
You know, the whole point, and I'm glad you brought this up, the whole point of passing these things is that it's affecting people that are in the most in need of circumstances, that people really need this. This is not a form of socialism. This is a form of coming up to the 21st century. We need to be taking care of our kids through education, through allowing parents to go to take time off and not have to worry that they're going to be fired. These are basic rights, I think human rights, that need to be addressed. And the Democratic Party has a very small window to get this done. They have to negotiate with Joe Manchin. They have to negotiate with the senator that is skipping my name. It's a female senator from Arizona. That's right. So, and they have to be able to find a middle ground on this, but make sure that they pass something, because we have a small window left of the Democrats in power in the legislative and also the executive branch.
Yeah, I think what's so interesting, Stefano, is that, I mean, it's 50-50. It's divided right down the middle. So at the end of the day, anyone could be Senator Joe Manchin. Anyone could be Kristen Sinema. So what do these two want? It seems we still don't know what they want to get to a resolution.
I think there's a couple things, Shani, and this is a great point. Their constituents are in places that are a little bit more Republican, a little bit more conservative. Obviously, Joe Manchin's from West Virginia. He thinks that it's too much spending.
But it's afraid of the number. It's two of the poorest states in our country.
Correct.
You would think you'd want to help your constituents. I mean, someone needs something from this package.
Correct. I think that there's a lesson that I think we can pull away from here, is that bundling this up and selling this, that the Democrats have had to sell this as a 3.5 trillion, sounds like a big number. And if we were to space this out, nobody can disagree on pre-K. Nobody can disagree about expanding Medicare because our parents and our grandparents have it, and Medicaid as well. So the problem with these 3.5 trillion infrastructure plans is that the majority of the public are afraid of that price ticket, and they're afraid, those politicians, of not doing their job of serving the public interest, and afraid of how it looks that they're big spenders. And that's the opinion that I think that many people on the inside know.
Yeah, Stefano, always a pleasure chatting with you. I look forward to welcoming you back to BNC Live, sir.
Thank you.
All right, and there's a shortage of teachers nationwide. Many of them feel the job has come with more challenges and stress since the start of the pandemic. BNC's Derek Lewis, he is